And hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode number 157 of the CheckX series. If you're new here, as I say every single day, the CheckX series is pretty much all about me, your host Ivan, discussing everything that Elon discusses, or talks about, or retweets, or anything you can think of the day before. Today we're going to discuss what he talked about yesterday on Tuesday, May 12th, 2026. He posted only around 27 times. But we're pretty much just going to get right into the episode here, not to keep this intro rolling too long to waste your guys' time. Starting off this episode, actually not as we usually do. We usually start off with Tesla, but because there's a lack of stuff on Tesla, today we're going to start off with SpaceX and space exploration. So to start off this segment, Elon reposted news that the launch rehearsal for Starship V3 was successfully completed, including the loading of over 5,000 metric tons of propellant. Very cool to be it'll be very cool to see that launch one day in the near future. So yeah, moving on, Elon also noted it was an interesting milestone that SpaceX is nearly at the point of having launched more satellites than the rest of the world combined. Ironically, and also Elon reposted information highlighting that a single Starship flight offers more usable volume than the entire International Space Station. And last but not least, Elon shared updates and photos regarding the 34th commercial resupply mission to the ISS and Falcon 9 landings. Very cool to see that still continuing to go. With the Falcon 9, I mean, it's gonna come to an end eventually in somewhat, I think in maybe probably this decade, but or within the next decade, but it's still going strong. So yeah, but once Starship becomes fully operational, I think it'll begin to phase out. But one little thing to mention on Tesla manufacturing, literally just one thing, Elon congratulated the Giga Berlin team after they announced they had built 750,000 cars at the facility. Cool. Also, moving on to artificial intelligence and technology. To start off this segment, Elon reposted a preview of Grok's new skills feature, which allows users to create custom instructions and automated behaviors simply by telling the AI what to do. Very interesting. And last but not least, Elon also responded with an exclamation mark to a report about a lawsuit alleging that ChatGPT gave advice to a mass shooter on how to gain more media attention. That's a rough one. But moving on to political and social commentary, before we pretty much start wrapping up the episode here. But to start off this segment, Elon called a detailed thread a banger thread regarding the United States' refusal to participate in the UN's global compact on migration, which the thread claimed facilitated replacement migration, which is always something we don't want. But moving on, Elon also agreed that a judge who released a violent criminal with a history of shooting at police should be in prison, and commented on the insane nature of the UK allowing a genocidal person into the country, despite criminal records and actions. So, yikes. But last but not least for this episode, Elon responded to a post about how certain opinions used to get people erased from the internet and banking systems, Elon stated, not anymore. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, that pretty much wraps up episode number 157 of the CheckX series. If you made it all the way to the end, I appreciate you for watching. I recommend dropping a like, commenting, and subscribing if you haven't already. I also recommend going back and watching some of the other recent CheckX episodes just to get a nice little sequence of events going for you if you would like, obviously, based on what Elon's saying every single day, because at the end of the day, that is what the CheckX series is about. But yeah, thank you for watching. Greatly appreciate it. I will see you guys later.